Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Welcome to Chicagoland Baseball Chronicles. This is a special edition. I got my Utica Junior and we just kicking the bobos. I got the legendary Tony Hitman Hearns, and I got Earl Thomas, the
Hey,
legendary
Anthony,
Earl.
and
What's
please, you
up,
got to have that
fellas?
now.
What's
What's
up,
up, Bo
Earl?
Rap?
What
Hey,
it
how's
do?
it going?
Prince Machiavelli, what's up,
Okay, now you
baby?
mad place in the street.
These were my two roommates. We were sleeping like
Well,
the Three Stooges,
this
but we had six
Well,
in a
no.
room instead of one. We
Earl,
had six, right?
get
I,
your head
I
in the
mean, I we gonna
game.
be the three stooges with six
You
people,
got to
but go
run
ahead.
your stuff.
Well, we had bears like
I'm
that.
gonna run.
You get it, man.
I know
What's up,
they was
Earl?
three high.
Yes,
Hey, how you
sir.
guys
Some of the
doing?
some of the best times I had in my life. Hey, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. This brother here, Earl. Earl was a left hand hitting machine, brother, with a with a cannon,
True, true,
with a
true.
cannon, with a real cannon, man. And
This
y'all
one,
know about
this
Tony.
one, this
Hey
one.
man, tell us about some of that stuff down in Jackson, man. How y'all was playing ball, man. Not from the beginning. I'm talking about from Bam, right before you come to Utica, man. You dig? Talk about it, man. Y'all had some
Oh yeah,
hitters.
yeah. We had productive summer leagues back then. I was playing with the Jackson Cubs, the Jackson 96ers. Actually, you could play on three or four teams at a time when we were coming up before when so baseball was prevalent all throughout the state. Now we barely have baseball anymore down here in Mississippi for black
Yeah,
kids anyway.
yeah. I was talking with Hammer
So
about that too. Yeah, he said the
so
same thing.
yeah, Bobby Buchanan and myself, we put together a summer league team for kids. We ran that for 3 years. We was probably like 30s. We didn't play but like 10, 11 games a season. We was probably like 30-1. So we just shut it down so the league could be competitive. So we got out of that. But
Do me
at the at,
do me a favor and tell some of the people out here, like, we were originals from the pipeline, including yourself, by me and Tony being from Chicago, but you guys were really established down there. Name some of them stars from Double O. I mean, before you to even present to
yeah,
when we
yeah,
got
yeah.
there. Name some of them cats, man.
We talking what you talking about is the shoulders that we had to stand on.
Absolutely.
Like Richard Anderson and Dirty
Yeah.
Red and Michael Double O Smith. Actually, even though we were close, like a year apart or so, Hammer, who was Greg Daniels, was a big shoulder we had to stand up. If you're talking about measuring up to him, we was good. He was great. So,
He was
so
great. I tell
yeah,
people that all the time.
yeah.
He I played with Kirby Puckett. I played with DeMarlo Hale. Hammer, not a major leaguer, was one of the best hitters that I have ever seen. All he needed was one strike, and he'd tell you that.
Uh,
One.
I I I can't do number concur with that because Hammer would go to the plate and say, "I don't want y'all picking on a young hitter, so I'm gonna give you two strikes. So go ahead and get yours out the way, and then
Uh,
commence the line and somebody up the middle." This is not something that he just lucked up and did. He did this on a lot of occasions.
and Mo Irby said that on an interview. I did Maurice Irby, who was like 6 years after Hammer, and he said the same thing you just said.
Same
What I
thing.
said.
Yep, he sure did. Said the same thing. Hammer ball scream off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. When I first got down there in 1981, coming from Chicago from Simeon, he's the first one that just caught my eye. The way he threw the ball, it jumped out his hand. He was real nonchalant, man. I'm like, this dude
Yeah.
lazy as hell. I'm like, woo, he was in center field, so he couldn't have been lazy. Then when I see him at bat, unbelievable. He had everything. I couldn't believe it, man. Then yourself, Earl, you had a sweet swing. You were like you was like me with power from the left side,
Yeah. I mean,
because
but you know,
everything you hit went to the other side.
yeah,
It
it
went
did.
to,
It did. That
it
was my
went that
thing. I'd
way.
hit that alley in left center field and run for days. But you
Yeah,
know, for the most part, I learned from these guys. These guys like uh, Greg. basically I just watched him and Richard Anderson. Richard was like a right-handed. He batted from the right side, but was like a
Bad boy.
left hit like a lefty. But
He was bad boy and real quiet. He didn't talk either. He didn't talk. He came up there and did his business, man. Richard Anderson, for sure.
well, let me
Yep.
let me ask you this right here, because you we were talking earlier, and you you were you were facing double O Mike Smith, and you got hit on your wrist, and you said you took off running all the way to the kitchen.
He got me. Wait a minute. Go ahead, ask me the question. Go ask me the question, but I'm gonna ask you something too. Go
Did
ahead,
he
go
ever?
ahead.
Did he ever throw you a breaking pitch during that series? I know
Hell
you fouled
no.
off. I watched you foul off by 5 or 6 pitches,
Tell it,
but
tell
did
it.
he
How
ever
many?
throw you a breaking pitch?
Hell no, he did. He didn't throw me no breaking pitch. He was throwing. They say he's swinging late. I said, I see this shit because my swing was just like yours. My stuff go to right center anyway. I was on it, but I couldn't get it. That man was throwing 100 miles an hour. I had never seen nothing like that. Then he ran one
Oh,
in on me, but he didn't throw. This was we was practicing. You know, now
yeah.
everybody took a turn at double O. I said, man, I gotta get double O. And we came up there. I say it again, Earl. What I do? I want y'all to hear this.
You fouled off about 5 or 6 pitches, and
And
then
then
you
what
got hit
happened?
on that. You got hit on that wrist. He run one in on you. Got hit on that wrist, and you said you you took off running all the way to the kitchen.
I ran all the way to the kitchen. I knew what
Three
our height
miles.
was. It was way down that back road. We go down that back road down here in Utica. These real stories, y'all. For real. These real. That man was throwing 100 miles an hour, man. For real. They come back and they did it. I played with some bad cats on that team. We had Hammer. Tell them about Hammer, man.
But
Tell them
but let
about
me
Hammer.
let me let me let me pay
Go ahead.
homage to my homeboy, because that was my dog. You know, we grew up together. And you are wondering why Hammer didn't really strike out. Man,
I
we
never
we
seen that.
hit we hit BBs under the street light at night. We didn't have a whole lot of money to go buy baseballs. We had a Daisy BB gun that we
Wait a
popped
minute.
the
Stop,
BB out
nigga.
of.
Hold
Hold
up.
on,
Y'all
man.
hit
Y'all hit
BBs.
BB. Yeah, Tony, come
under
on,
the,
man. Help me out, baby.
under the
BBs.
under the street light.
Y'all shooting a BB rifle?
No, he said they
Yeah,
was
it
flipping
wasn't that
BB.
powerful, but
Or
you
y'all
know,
was
just
throwing BB
Wait a minute. Hold
no,
on, man. Was y'all
you
shooting
shoot
BBs?
it
Or you stop
out of a
lying,
rifle?
man. They
with
lying
a
now.
Daisy BB gun, dog.
You lying now. You lying now, man. You lying. Ain't nobody
Ask
shooting
Hammer.
hit no BB like that.
Ask Hammer.
This, hey, Tony. This a country
Huh?
lie. That's a country
You
lie.
Ask
said y'all
Hammer.
shooting BBs and y'all hitting them with aluminum bats?
Yeah, wood, bat, stick, whatever we could find.
So y'all eye hand coordination was like Barry Bonds.
No, that's better than Barry
Yeah,
Bonds.
if you
That's
wanna,
better than
if
Barry
you wanna
Bonds.
put it like that, the late Barry Bonds, the older Barry Bonds, yeah. Barry Bonds always had great hand-eye coordination. I don't know why they playing with that man. Put that man in wherever he
That's my
needs to
You ain't
go
man.
never
in.
lied
You ain't
because
never
Show,
lied.
steroids don't make you hit the
show,
balls.
show on your hand. You got to make contact with some. So all that old, and then with the Pete Rose thing. Let the man. He played that game. Don't
Right.
keep him out
Gambling
the
don't mean
fame.
anything.
Put
Gambling
him
don't
in
mean
there because of
anything.
what he did on the field.
Hey, what you
Absolutely.
got?
Put him in
Hey,
there.
tell me about this dude over here, the Tony Hearn's cat. You was playing one of my left.
Oh
I
yeah,
left.
man.
Tell me
Let me
about
tell
this
you.
cat, man. Because I don't
Let,
want
let me
people to
tell you
think we
about Turner
lying.
Hearn. I
Where's
don't
he
tell.
at? Tell me about him.
Look, let me tell you about Turner Hearn. He was probably our most winningest pitcher, one of the most winningest pitchers to ever come through Utica Junior College. But Tony had this thing that he would do when he knew he had you set up real good. He'll wrap back and chuck that thing and holler, and walk out the mouth. When I saw him get the ball, when they threw him back the ball, and it was like 2 outs, maybe 2 strikes on somebody, he'll grab that ball and walk a circle around the mound. When he walked and picked his leg up, I saw him walking to the dugout. We played Gulf Coast Junior College down in Utica, at Utica Junior College. Well, let me tell you about the one up there first. You had 3 guys. One of them was Kevin Anderson, boy. You couldn't strike him out. You remember
Remember
this,
him?
Tony?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, they had to come in. Yep.
These guys probably about 5'5" a piece, all of them.
Yeah,
First three
all three
batters.
of them. Yep.
Tony struck him out on 9 pitches and walked on back in that thing, holler, oh! And I went on walking to the dugout. When
For
when
real.
he made
So
that
that,
circle around that ball and starts rubbing that ball, mm,
that's a true story, y'all. Y'all heard it from
True
Earl.
story.
Y'all heard it
True
I
from
ain't
story.
making
Earl.
this up.
So we getting it. We
And
ain't
then
making it up. We can't make this up,
we
Earl. Hey,
we
Earl, I'm
went
gonna ask
down
you a
there.
question. I'm gonna ask you another question. Why you ain't get drafted, player? I know what I saw when I was down there playing with you. You was my roommate, so I know
Yeah.
Prince Machiavelli. I
And
mean,
my roommate. Absolutely.
yeah, well, we
Where
was
it's
living
at.
like Three Stooges.
Yeah, we were. We had 3 level beds that climbed to the
Boop,
top of the
boop,
bed.
boop.
Cause we called
And
our
I ain't
room the
never
Blue
seen nothing. I
Lagoon.
ain't never seen anything like that. 3 beds called it the
Never.
Blue Lagoon. I went and got
The
some
Blue
blue shit and made
Lagoon.
our room
Then
sweet. The Blue
then I
Lagoon.
brought that strawberry Ajax from home and poured it in the vent. Made it smell like
Right.
strawberries in the room.
Hey,
Oh, we had
I,
a
I,
sweet room now.
I had wait a minute. I brought a number 4 Cottage Grove bus sign from Chicago for the Chicago folks. Remember that, Tony? I stole
Yes,
a
sir.
sign. I stole a sign off the CTA bus, and it stayed down there for years because we had a Chicago pipeline, y'all. Started with
Yeah,
me, Tony, and Mark J. That's right.
Yes, sir.
sure did, sure did.
That's right.
And
And it
and
became a powerhouse.
I had fun with you guys, man, because first of all, when you all came down there, you all played so well, and it made me step my game up because we had a brother named Philippe Moffett that played right field, had a cannon for an arm. And I'm like, I think my arm got to be stronger than his because I'm going to be starting out here. So me and him would battle. We would battle. And he he would say, when I get in the game, man, you not getting back out here. I said, Philippe, I'm going to
You
show
ain't getting
you.
in the game.
He
You
ain't
ain't
put the
getting in
game.
the game.
Yeah. And
You're
Philippe,
not
and
getting.
Philippe,
You're not getting in the game
You
until
ain't
I
getting in
leave.
the game.
Until
And
I
Philippe was
You
leave.
can play. You can play
And
after
Philippe was
I
a bad
leave.
boy. If hey, I want to make this clear, and I'm gonna make the record straight. I didn't play at Utica Junior College in the regular season. I went down there straight after Simeon. But when I went down there straight after I got out, when I got off the bus with Mark, we was down there before Tony. Earl was already down there practicing. They took me straight off the bus. I come to the field and I did my thing. And Earl would take Earl. Did it
Yeah,
when the
yeah.
season started, I
You
would start. We play
playing
doubleheader
shortstop and second base, hitting
and
the
lead
ball
off.
well, throwing darts. Little old bitty fella now.
Right.
You done gained a little weight since then. Not much, but
But I did my thing. And I
Hold on.
love Utica because I know what
Hold
I
on.
saw. Because everything that he said, I said the same stuff. When I got down there and I saw Hammer, I saw you, Kool-Aid, and all y'all, I said, shit, I got to up my game. I got to up my game. Because y'all was down there real. Y'all was real.
yeah, we
Real.
we played ball competitively year round. We had a Park Grove Park where we would play pickup games like basketball games, and we played people like Kurt Ford, Barnard Brady,
Yeah.
um, Bobby
Kurt Ford,
Buchanan.
Kurt Ford
Every
played with the St. Louis Cardinals. He went to the league.
Yeah, he
Absolutely.
went to
Kurt
the
Ford.
league.
Smooth.
Uh,
Real smooth.
I mean, just a plethora of players that
Yeah.
didn't get a shot, but was good enough to go. You know, we
Lots
had
of
a
them,
guy
man.
named we had a guy that played. Like probably you've seen players in Chicago that you look in the pros now and you see and you say, hey, he couldn't touch this person. And that's what we had coming through our pipeline down here.
Now, something else I
Which is
heard. I brought a guy. I brought a guy when I got down there, and you don't know he went to Lanier High School, and he was the star of the basketball team at Utica. And when I got down there, he was just coming off an injury, and I brought him home. He said, "I played baseball too." I'm like, "What?" His name is Edwin Hilliard.
Ed
Ed threw
Hilliard.
about 92,
Yeah,
93,
and see,
didn't he?
I
Ed,
brought. Listen, I brought the man home, Tony. You remember when I
I know he
went
came.
home?
I know he came to the shop.
I brought him home, and we first thing my brothers and them did, we won't play strikeout. It's October. He said, "What's a strikeout?" I say, they didn't know what strikeout was, Tony. I said, "All you gotta do is throw it in that box, man." He said, "That's all I gotta do." Man, he had that ball going, zip, boom. Nobody touched him, man. We went through about
now
4 balls,
now
man. That man threw
now I
gas.
think Ed was a 5 tool player.
Yep. That
Ed
can
had
dunk
it
a
all.
basketball with ease.
But he
And he was
chose
dunking.
basketball over baseball. Had he
Yeah.
stayed with baseball, he'd have been in the major league. Ed threw about 96.
Yes, he did.
But
Ooh, yes, he
but
did.
Yes,
but
he
Ed
did.
ran about a 6'3", 60.
He
and
was that
and
fast.
was a catcher. Ed could play anything on that field. He and Double O the same. They could play
Wow.
anything on the field, everything.
Because Double O was the shortstop at first, right?
Double O played shortstop, outfield, third base, first base, pitch, and he caught too. A lot of folks don't know Double O was a catcher too.
Yeah,
He
some
was so
bad
he was
boys
he was
down
all he was all he was all around boy.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And Double O tell the story now. He said Earl the only one that done hit me out from this clan. So,
there. You was a hitter,
but
Earl. Earl, I gotta give you your props, man. You was a hitter, man. You was a hitter, man. Now we got off the phone. We was just talking, y'all. We was kicking it, and we just shooting the breeze. And Ernie Ratcliffe called me, and I put him on. Yeah, they know what this is the real stuff, y'all. Ain't nothing fake
this
about
real
this
stuff.
conversation. Listen, the man, we put him on three-way. So I told him, I said, look, man, he wanted to talk to Tony. So I put him on three-way. And when Tony put him on three-way, no, I put him some kind of way.
You
We
put
did.
him
We
on
You
didn't
three
put him
way.
on three
right.
way.
You put him on the conference,
And
right?
then I let him know that we was talking with Earl. And he don't know Earl from a hole in the ground. And he went to talk with Tony. And he was telling us some stuff. And then I let him know who Earl was. And he told us a story about when Utica played. What school did he go to? Mary Home. Mary
Mary
Home.
home.
Mary
Right.
Holmes.
What did he say, Earl? What did he say, Earl? You heard it. I'm gonna let
He
Earl
said,
tell
yeah.
it.
He said, y'all had a whip, y'all had a powerhouse. And he was, but he was telling me that we beat them, and we did. Our best was hotter than the devil toenails when we come up through that thing. We was
Wait a minute,
trapping.
wait a minute. You say, wait a minute, say that one more time, because these folks in Chicago don't understand that country terminology. You said what player?
Our backs was hotter than the devil's toenails when we come up through that thing. And I'm telling you,
And
we
I
we
said,
didn't throw
hold up, Earl.
Tony.
The man
He
just said
did.
we whooped him, Earl. He
I
just
know,
said
but
we
I didn't
whooped
hear
him.
him that well. I didn't hear him that well. I was making sure he understood what was going on. We were on a roll like butter, and we was just letting
Boy,
him know. We played Mary Holmes, and then we went to Northwestern. Where did you pitch that game, Tony?
I pitched the first game, we won. Yes.
I pitched the second game.
I pitched the second, and they came out with the guy that throw with both
time.
hands.
Okay, yeah, we beat the hell out of them too. But
Oh, they
you
had,
know,
wait a minute, they had a guy to throw with both hands?
He threw 90 from
yes,
What?
one side and 89 from the other side.
yeah, we whooped him too.
Yeah, a brother. He threw with both
A
hands.
brother. Yeah, he went on to go to that guy went on to Ole Miss, I think. But then we went to play Coahoma, and we trashed them too and got rained out going to at Shelby State. I really wanted to play against Shelby State because I actually went to Shelby State out of high school, and
Really?
yes, I went to
Yeah,
Shelby
Shelby.
State. I did, and when the coach told me I didn't have to go to class, that was it. I'm like, I'm not staying up here. Shit, I'm gonna need an
So you got up out
education.
of there. You got up out of there
Look,
'cause
even
you
even if
you
I
was
get
smart like
drafted, I
me.
need to know how to count my money.
Right,
You
right,
know,
right. Hey,
I don't
y'all, we
want to get
just shooting
taken
the
advantage
breeze.
of.
We shooting the breeze. This is not a formal show. This is not a formal show. We shooting the breeze, y'all. This is real stuff. For real. We can't make
Hey,
none of this
Tony, let me
shit.
ask you this right here. Bo Rab, I don't know if
What's
you were
that?
still down there, but we were playing Alcorn a scrimmage game, and
At
Andrew
Alcorn.
was on second. And the ball got kind of hit into left center field, and Ice rounded the ball out. Greg Daniels rounded the ball off, and he was holding the ball, and Andrew was like faking like he was gonna tag up, and then he took off, and Ice just looked at Greg, just looked at him, and then threw a dart to third base ball like bam, he threw him out, and Andrew jumped up and said, "Damn, I thought I didn't know his arm had gotten that strong." But his arm was already strong.
Right, that strong.
Already
Right.
strong. Cause he was
He
so
already had a
nonchalant,
whip.
like you was. You was nonchalant like that too. Cause like
I was.
I always thought that, and you told me this. I said the only thing stopped Hammer was slow, and you told me Hammer did what? I wanted to
Man,
choke you. You said Hammer ran a what?
Hammer was fast. Hammer ran a 6.460, man.
Hey Tony, I didn't see that shit. He told me the same thing. I didn't see it.
I'm telling you,
I didn't
Hammer
see
was
it, but
fast, man.
I didn't see it. 'Cause I dust them studs off. But he said, but we'll never know. But I
But
wish
has
I knew.
speed. He has speed.
I didn't. But I didn't see it. Hammer
Hammer,
said,
Man, Greg Hammer Daniel was the total package.
yeah.
yeah.
But
Oh, I
I'm
know.
gonna
Wait a minute.
tell you,
No question.
I'm gonna tell you why you
I
didn't
know
see it.
that. But he just didn't never show me that speed.
You
Because he
know
was
why,
always hitting
Bo
him in the
Rab?
gap. He
You
was
know
always
why?
hitting him over the fence and in the gap.
Look, Bo Rab, the reason you didn't see his speed is because his other tools overshadowed that. He ran balls down in left field.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah. And
But a
he
lot of
did
the
it so
time,
easy you
it
didn't know how
attribute
he got there.
because he knew how to get jumps on balls. Just like when I was on shortstop a second, I knew where the ball was gonna go, looking at the pitches and
And you
whatnot.
cut it
So I
off.
never saw, yeah, right, but I never saw his
So
like
you didn't look
speed.
fast as short. You didn't look fast as shortstop.
But
You
y'all
didn't
saw
even
me
look
run head up.
rangy. But
Yeah,
listen, you
okay,
didn't look rangy, Bo. You didn't look
okay,
like you had that range, but you did because you
okay.
understood the trajectory of balls and stuff, and you
I
round
could,
the balls off and cut them off.
okay, I could go with that. I could go with that. See,
So
we
you
keep it
didn't.
real on this show.
It didn't look like he was fast, but Greg was always fast.
He was just so nonchalant, like
But
you.
when you
He
get a
Yeah.
was
good when you get a good
nonchalant.
jump on the ball, you don't have to show speed. It's just like a
Right,
third baseman. Like the
right.
best third baseman I ever seen to play pro ball was Freddie Andrews. He had a cannon, but he never displayed it because every time he got the ball, he told me, he said,
He
the art to
let it go
throwing a
quick.
man out at first base is letting it go quick.
My
Yeah.
teacher, Freddie Andrews, hey Earl, you might not know who he's talking about. He was a second baseman for the Major League Philadelphia Phillies. That was my teacher. He showed me a trick how to get it out. That's why I used to do all that old hopping. I had a strong arm, but I did stuff how to get it. He showed me the less bounces that you see, the better.
Yep.
So I tried to get
Never
them.
pat the
Hmm.
ball, get the ball, throw the
Yep,
ball. That's
yep.
it and that's all.
But as far as
That's
picking it
it, and
up,
that's all.
you get the first big hop. He showed me how to get the big hop. I mean, he literally showed me how to get the big hop and where to get the big hop.
Don't get the
But
in
we didn't
between
have
hop, get the big hop.
no. Now we come down there to Utica at first. I was like, shit, how we gonna get the big hop when the field was raggedy as
When the
hell?
field full of rocks,
You getting all hops.
you gonna you gonna
you
figure
Hey,
out
you
how to
getting
be
Tony,
quick
hops.
with them
hey,
hands.
You getting
oh,
one wanted hops.
what they
You gonna
didn't
figure out
know
how to
was
be
that
quick with them hands. You gonna have some reflexes.
I seen that movie before in Park in Chicago playing in the
Right.
projects. You did,
But
you
but
did. So I seen that.
I give Utica credit. When season started, that red dirt was smooth as silk.
Yeah,
Smooth
yeah,
as a baby's
yeah,
behind. I'm
It was
yeah.
telling you.
smooth as silk. Boy, they painted that fence maroon and gold. Oh my God. And I'm like, what the world is this? It's a man, the
Hey,
transition. I'm like, huh?
hey, hey, tell me this
Hey,
one,
Bo
y'all.
Rad,
Talk about that.
Bo
I want to hear
Rad.
y'all. Go ahead.
Do you know that my second year down there, I wasn't starting?
I can't believe that. Who
Tony,
beat
was I
you
starting
out,
when
player?
the
No,
now listen,
he put pretty kissing
Anthony
butt
Ronald
Anthony
was at right
Reynolds
field.
at right field. Yep.
Hold on,
That
say
couldn't
that again, cause we don't hold
barely
nothing
can get
back.
he barely get the ball to the infield.
Couldn't tote my jock to a free flockers in
Ooh wee.
France.
He really could. He was pretty boy. I think he was in McQuarter media class.
Yeah, he
Oh
was in the
man.
media class.
I think he was in the media class. So then he talked his way to
Yeah.
getting on the field.
Yeah, because
Now
you know he
he
started off
didn't
behind the
deserve to
plate
be
Here
and
on
we
the
get down.
go.
field. He didn't deserve to be on the field. He talked
Here
his way to
we
being
go.
on the field. You know. And then
And
Here
eventually
we go.
the decision had to be made that you're not a better talent. So I got to put Earl back in this position.
I battled that position because I went to coaches. That I'm battling for right field, and I went to work out there. And then I battled Andrew for his center field position. So I started playing in right field one game and center the next.
You with it, Andrew? Andrew was the
Yeah, I
truth,
went at
baby.
Andrew.
Andrew was the truth, yeah, but Earl went
Andrew
out there
was
and
the
played
truth.
center.
Yeah,
Well, Earl should have never
Yeah.
been out the damn lineup in the first place.
Well,
I shouldn't have.
sometimes it is. Sometimes it is what it is. Sometimes somebody look
But
over what's supposed to
it
be
was a
to give
lesson
to.
learned.
Yeah.
It was a lesson learned for me. McQuitter wasn't playing with me because I went home. I went home and y'all went to Louisiana or somewhere, and I went home because I had to catch up my grades, man. I'm like, I'm
Right.
going home. And so when I got back, then I ain't in the lineup no more. So I
Right.
had to fight back, and he didn't
Okay.
last
Okay.
long out
See,
there.
okay. Now, see, we gonna go because I know McQuitter. I'm gonna tell you, y'all can say what y'all want to. McQuitter was fair when it came down to playing and whatnot. He might have had his favorites or whatever, but
Now,
if he was a
Well,
McQuitter
star
was a
player,
good
let me
coach.
hold
if,
up,
He
hold
if he
was
up.
a
was a, if
he
he
Let
was
was
a
me
a good,
introduce
motivator.
y'all
He
hey,
was a
that
to
brother,
my
motivator.
hey,
boss.
McQuitter
Who was that?
didn't play. He did not play.
They too
No, he
busy.
did not.
Oh, Rab. This
Yeah.
this is my boss.
Hello.
Hey, sweetie. Hey, sweetie.
Hey, how you doing?
How
You
she
over
your
there?
boss? And she all
Hey,
over there in the picture.
wait a minute,
She's
man.
my
Wait, that's your
boss.
boss. So you
But she in the
still,
picture?
but
Yeah.
he Prince Machiavelli for real still. You
For
still
real. He got the
still a
boss coming
Mac.
there talking about, hey,
Tony name ain't
Still a
Steve.
Mac, y'all. He's still a Mac, y'all. He's a Mac from way back. Yeah, he a
he up
Mac.
there talking about, she
I
up there
don't
getting on to my,
care.
hey, okay, Earl, we see you.
Okay, okay,
Well, guys,
okay. Hey man, but
I'm
back
gonna have to
we gotta get.
I'm gonna
Hey
have to
man, we
get
gonna let
off of
we
this
don't
here
want you to get fired.
and it's
All right,
good
Earl,
talking to
we
you
We
know you
just
got
all,
keep
to,
it
man.
real.
you got to go to work. All
Gotta
right.
go to
Hey
work,
y'all,
man.
we was
Gotta
just
pay some
shooting the breeze
bills.
of Utica Junior College. Hey, McQuitter, you was the man. Believe me, but we keep it real. We keep it real.
Keep it
And you was
real.
the
Oh, yeah.
man.
Oh, you was an excellent coach,
You
a
made a
great
lot of men.
motivator.
You made a,
Yeah.
you made a lot of men. You made a
Oh
lot
yeah.
of
Big
men.
ups to Coach
But
McQuitter now. Big ups to Coach McQuitter.
Big shout. Yeah,
hey
shout out
y'all,
now. He can coach.
we gonna kick it. You get all them cats together, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna invite your podcast to the cookout.
Get all them cats together, man. I want to get Double O, Hammer, all of them. We gonna kick the Willie. Okay,
Yeah,
for sure. Do
let's
that, man.
kick
Do
it
that,
if it
y'all.
don't
We
crowd,
just kicking the
man.
bobos.